morning everyone, how are you? Today I want to read another rhyming book. This one is called I Squash and I Squeeze. Squash and I squeeze. Let's see what happens. So many animals. The cow. What sound does the cow make? Do you remember? Moo. What about the goat and the sheep? What noise do they make? Do you remember? Bah. What about the pig? What noise does it make? Well done. What about the hen? What noise does it make? Right, let's start our story. A little old lady lived all by herself with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and I squeeze. Do you think he's going to help her? Take in your hand, said the wise old man. Take in my hand, what a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside hug and flapped around the room, knocking over the jug. The little old lady cried, what shall I do? It was pokey for one and now it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and I squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and I squeeze. Take in your goat, said the wise old man. Taking my goat? What a curious plan. Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. Oh no! The little old lady cried, glory be! It was tiny for two and now it's teachy for three. The hen pats the goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and I squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and I squeeze. Taking your pig, said the wise old man. Taking my pig, what a curious plan. So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. The old lady cried, stop, I implore. It was teachy for three and now it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a, to remember the rhyme, I squash and I squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and I squeeze. Taking your cow, said the wise old man. Taking my cow, what a curious plan. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, heavens alive! It was teeny for four and now it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees. My house is eight, remember? I squash and I squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and I squeeze. Take them all out, said the wise old man, but then I'll be back where I first began. She opened the window and out flew the hen. That's better. At last I can sneeze again. Achoo! She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she puffed, pushed out the cow. Just look at my house, it's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for five, now it's gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. The end. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.